ich diesen Laptop also vor 2 Jahren gekauft, am 7. Februar 2019. Und ich habe dafür nur 15.000 bezahlt. Ein ganz neuer Laptop aus dem Paket, aus der Verpackung. The brand new laptop when I bought it. 15,000 only. No DVD drive, no CD drive, but everything else is perfect. And that is then Acer Aspire 3. It's a branded laptop I bought. I got a discount of 7,500 rupees on this.
14,000.
7,500.
So Acer Aspire.
Acer Aspire 3.
Okay. Sure. Yes, yeah.
And I bought it from my regular shopkeeper, who he gives me normally a big discount. I never ever bargain with him. I told him I want a laptop. He said, "हाँ sir, नया के पुराना में नया, brand new." And he said, "अच्छा sir." So, and what he asked me was very funny. "Usual sir?" मैंने कहा, "Yes, usual." So he brought this packet, put it in front of me, opened it in front of me, did all the all this loading and all that. Formatting, loading, सब करके दिया. Sir, ये सब तैयार है. You can use it. I said, "Yeah, good. Sure. Name this laptop में था sir." Then I asked him, "How much?" 15,000 sir. I कहा, "ये ले." I gave him the money. Then I asked him, "और discount नहीं दे रहा?" कहता, "सर, ये 22,500 का आपको discount के बाद बोल रहा हूँ." I said, "Good." So ich freue mich sehr darauf. Da habe ich gesagt, no, ich freue mich sehr darüber jetzt und ich freue mich auch darauf, dass ich dann auch in Zukunft zu dir kommen werde. Hat er gesagt, ja, sure, you have to. Now let me see, I need to go to New Volume. Gestern habe ich euch E-Mail geschickt. Habt ihr dann diese E-Mail bekommen? Das war etwa spät, also um 10 oder sowas war das. Ja, da habe ich ihn jetzt. Und Anil hat auch was Neues herausgefunden. Ich habe dann morgen früh ein WhatsApp gesehen. Ja, Anil hat diese Übung gemacht. Also das ist seine Hausaufgaben. Jetzt sind hier alle da. Aber wie ist denn das hier? Übergefahren, überführt? Nein, da gibt es hier einige Korrekturen, Anil.
Ja.
Wir brauchen hier einige Korrekturen zu machen. Okay. Und wir haben gestern eine Regel, würde ich sagen, herausgefunden. We found a small rule and we didn't get time to apply it to the other sets. Aber die Regel ist ganz einfach. Zum Beispiel das Verb überführen oder die Verben hier. Nein, nehmen wir übersetzen. Das ist uns also bekannt. Wir sind mit diesem Verb sehr vertraut, gut vertraut sogar. Übersetzen. Es gibt zwei Bedeutungen hier und diese Bedeutungen hängen von der Betonung ab. Also entweder sagt man übersetzen oder übersetzen. Je nach der Betonung ändert sich die Bedeutung. Oder umgekehrt, whichever way you want it. Depending on the meaning, the pronunciation changes, or depending on the pronunciation, the meaning is found. It's a question of perspective, how you see it. So if you look at this verb, übersetzen, and you split it into two, like you split all the other verbs here also. Because it's a prefix, we separate the prefix and we separate their Stamm. the root, the actual word.
Yeah, a verb stem.
So when you take these two meanings separately, Uber is across, over, above, and so on, and Zetson is to trace. Remove it from here physically and put it on the other side, or put it here, across.
Mm.
So it's a literal meaning. Got it?
Yeah.
Literal meaning. Let's take another word. Überlaufen, the one above this. Right? When you say überlaufen, nicht trennbar. Überlaufen is trennbar. Again, split it. Laufen, über. Over, across, above, and so on. Now, laufen is to run. To run over, literally.
Mm.
Yeah, something coming out of and running over like this. Yeah, you can see my hand gestures, right?
Mm.
Right? Let's take one more. I'm doing the literal ones, huh? Where it's easier to follow them. Then we can take the others also. Überspringen. Das ist Nummer 9 und 10. Über, across, above, over. Springen, to jump. To jump from one to the other, one point to the other. Similarly with übertreten. Treten is to step. So step from here to here. Step across. Go across. Literally, physically. So whenever you have this literal meaning, the verb is separable, trennbar. The literal meaning. Zum Beispiel bei Nummer 8, das ist übergesetzt. Der Fischer hat die Reisegruppe trotz des stürmischen Wetters übergesetzt. Stress is on the first syllable. Got it? If I take this here, then I will say übergesetzt. I put the stress on the first one. If I put the stress here, then the ge comes in between because it's a separable verb. But if I put the stress in the middle, because it's a non-separable prefix, it doesn't take a ge. You know the rule, right? When there are non-separable prefixes, there is no ge. So following this rule, literal meaning, if you look for, we find that in all the sentences. So zum Beispiel, bei dem ersten Satz hast du das richtig geschrieben. Der Patient wurde in die chirurgische Klinik übergefahren. Übergefahren will be to transport. Yeah, or taken into, driven into, led into, or wherever. So the patient was taken into this surgical clinic. He was transported into, taken into, led into, led across into, led over into. So it is a separable verb here. Und das hast du ja richtig. Bei dem zweiten Satz, der Staatsanwalt hat den Zeugen des Meineides überführt. It's a weak verb. So, überführt. Staatsanwalt is your public prosecutor, lawyer, public prosecutor, lawyer who works for the government. And he has überführt the witness because of perjury by the witness. Perjury, of course, I'm sure you know. It's lying under oath in a court of law. To tell a lie after you have taken an oath to tell the truth. So, and that is punishable. It's a punishable criminal offense in a court of law. Once you swear to tell the truth, you're not supposed to lie. If that is found out, it's punishable. So here the word überführen would be to punish, to convict, or to put somebody under some very strong sentence or statement. That is your refusal. Convict, basically. If you look at the second statement, this is where I think you had a problem. Yeah. Yeah, you had a problem here. See, if you look at the meaning here, der Großbetrieb durch Gesetz in Volkseigentum. So durch Gesetz is by law. A law was passed. So this big company, maybe private limited or whatever, has now moved from being a private company into the public property, into that domain. From private to public or whatever. So when you say move over physically, literally, as the verb here shows, this will be trennbar. Übergegangen. Und bei dem vierten Satz, ich finde es nicht richtig, dass man ihn bei der Auszeichnung übergangen hat. Übergangen hat. Here that means Auszeichnung is an award, a reward, a prize, a distinction, a scholarship, some kind of medal being given, etc., etc. Some honor being given, bestowed. So I don't think it's right. I didn't find it right that one has gone over him when awarding the prize or when awarding the distinction, when awarding some honor. So gone over him in that sense of ignore. So übergangen here would mean ignore.
Oh, übergangen here. Nicht
Yeah.
über.
No, no. See, the literal meaning you have to take. You take the literal meaning, it works. Then you know exactly which sentence it will take that. Remember, Großbetrieb, public, private, or private to public. From one domain, it has moved literally, physically to another, although we don't see it. But in this, even in this abstraction, there is something concrete. So it's gone to the other side. Bei Nummer 5 mal sehen, also Nummer 5. Same thing. Da sie den Wasserhahn nicht zugedreht hat, ist die Badewanne übergelaufen. It has flowed over. Overflow, literally gone past here.
Sir, was heißt zudrehen? Zudrehen?
Zudrehen, also Schluss machen. Turn. Drain is to turn. Zu means to turn to off position. Turn off.
Okay.
Ja, Wasserhahn, das versteht ihr. Der Wasserhahn. Tap.
Ja, ja. Ja.
So nicht zugedreht hat. So not turned off. Since the tap is not being turned off, not closed, not shut, the bathtub overflowed. Übergelaufen. Ich kann dir nicht zu diesem Beruf raten, denn er ist sehr überlaufen. Nicht trennbar. Here, überlaufen would be right up to the top. It's full. It's running up to the top. It's not overflowed. So in other words, it's chock-a-block. It's full. No place more. Ich kann dir nicht zu diesem Beruf raten, denn er ist sehr überlaufen. I can't advise you to take up this profession because it is full up. No more space, no more hope, no more scope in this profession anymore. Even here you know what it means. Huh? Übersetzt, to translate, übergesetzt, physically move from one bank to the other, from one shore of a river to the other shore. By the same logic, wegen der hohen Spannung ist ein Funke, der Funke, spark. So because of high voltage, A spark jumped, springen, from one terminal to the other terminal. It jumped. So point A to point B, literally a literal meaning of überspringen. So separable here.
Übergespringen.
Absolutely correct. So the stress will be on über then here. Remember, separable, first syllable. Beim zweiten Satz, ich habe beim Lesen einiger Kapitel in dem Buch, Kapitel bedeutet hier Chapter. So a few chapters in the book, I went past them. I skipped them. It could even be a lines in a page, on a page. So I skipped them. So when you say überspringen, it's literally, skidding across, going across like this. But with your sight when you're reading something. So the meaning of überspringen in the second one, nicht trennbar, is to skip something. Chhod lena, leave, go past it. Not jump across, but just simply go past it. For example, if you're searching for a house, ich bin fast davon sicher, dass ihr dann diese Regel weist. Häuser, die mit diesen ungeraden Zahlen nummeriert worden sind normalerweise auf der linken Seite einer Straße. Und Hausnummern mit den geraden Zahlen, die sind auf der rechten Seite. This is a kind of a rule in architecture and city construction and planning. Even numbered houses normally on the right side and odd numbered on the left side. So house number 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 and so on will be on the left side of a street. That is provided you know that this is the entry of the street or to the street, and the even numbered on the right side. So it can be that I'm looking for house number 11. Also 1, 2 habe ich gesehen. Dann ich überspringe, not springe über, ich überspringe die andere Nummer, bis ich auf 11 komme. Hausnummer 11 komme. So I skip past these. I just skim past it. I just go past these. Das ist dann überspringen. Übertreten is what normally happens very often in Indian politics. It also happens abroad, but of late Indian politics has become very popular and world news because of this übertreten. If you look at übertreten, treten is to step, to walk. So here is dieser Person, dieser Politiker, who belongs to one party, SPD, and he has gone over to the other party, KPD. SPD ist Sozialistische Partei Deutschlands and KPD is Kommunistische Partei Deutschlands. The example would have been better if I'd given you the names of Indian parties, but I don't want Indian politics in an Indian classroom in India. You can call me being careful or paranoid or whatever. So I've given an example from German politics, and also I can argue, das ist Landeskunde, wir lernen auch die Namen der Parteien in Deutschland. So he's physically left one party, walked across into the offices of the other party. Übertreten, walk across, separable. So übergetreten. So übergetreten, if you want that stress. Der Gastwirt hat das Gesetz über den Alkoholausschank. Alcohol, das verstehst du schon. Ausschank is actually the selling, the giving away, the gifting, the selling, or dispensing against cash. So there are rules laid down about the dispensing of alcohol, that means selling of alcohol, serving of alcohol, etc., etc., etc. And there's a law which governs that. Till what time you can do that? Und der Gastwirt hier, Gastwirt is der Besitzer eines Gasthofs. He's the owner of a small inn. A Gasthof is an inn, I-double-N. It's what we, I think, had as sarai in our languages ages back, a small inn, a small uh, hotel or restaurant kind of thing in the olden days. Germany still has these inns. So what did he do? He broke the law. He went across the law. Literally, he stepped on the law. Now, you can't step on a law because it's not a physical thing that is visible. So the literal meaning doesn't come into play. It's the other abstract meaning that comes into play. Also hier ist es nicht trennbar. Der Gastwirt hat das Gesetz über den Alkoholausschank übertreten. He has harmed the law. He has damaged the law. He has run afoul of the law. He has broken the law. The last one, überziehen. Similarly, ziehen, to pull, to have, to tug, to have, to throw, across, over, on. Wegen der Kälte habe ich mir eine Jacke, so I threw a jacket on my shoulders. On the shoulders is not necessary here, because Jacke, that's the only place you will throw it. Habe ich mir, that means on yourself. So I threw a jacket across my shoulders. Literal meaning of überziehen, separable, übergezogen. Und das hast du ja recht. Die Hausfrau hat die Betten frisch überzogen. Überzogen here, to lay across, not simply throw on the bed, but to put them, lay them over the bed, on the bed. The Betten, that means the beds itself. The language used is Betten or not Decke. Decke is the cover. The beds itself have been freshly done or done up. So nicht trennbar. We see when the meaning is literal, word for word or prefix und Verb for verb, dann ist die Bedeutung as it is here, and it's easy to locate this Bedeutung in the sentences. So having found this rule, I thought let's try applying it to the other sets like und unter. And there's also durch here, but we'll try one more here with unter maybe. This is again easy to apply, like über. So let's try this. Unter. Hast du das auch hier? Unter? Nein. Nein, unter hast du hier nicht. Na gut, das ist okay. The whole idea is that there should be something unknown also, right? Have we done unter? I don't see that here. Überlaufen. Nee, das sehe ich nicht. Okay, that's good. So let's see what else can we do here. Which one shall we take as the easy one to do this? Okay. Let's take this. Unterhalten. Also das ist uns schon bekannt. Wir sind mit diesem Verb vertraut. Correct? We all know this verb.
Ja.
Und aus vielleicht nur einem Sinn, dass es untrennbar ist, nicht trennbar ist.
Ja.
Yeah, we only know it from that point of view, correct?
Ja, yes. Genau.
So, if you know that meaning, wenn das uns schon bekannt ist, also diese Bedeutung schon bekannt ist, welcher Satz trägt dieses Verb? Which sentence here will carry this verb? 3 oder 4? Nicht trennbar.
3.
3, richtig. Also converse, entertain, speak with each other, etc. etc. So, apart from that, sich unterhalten, and that's already here. Wir uns, reflexiv. So, wir haben uns über unseren Sommerurlaub unterhalten. Stress is on the second syllable. Unterhalten. Ah, okay. Understood. But what does it mean if I separate? Unterhalten. There is something here. Unter, below. Halten, to hold. To hold below. This is the literal meaning. Agreed, all of you? To
No, not
hold below. Now look at the sentence that we have in front of us. Als der Wein aus dem Fass floss, just as the wine was flowing out of the huge cask or barrel, Fass bedeutet barrel or cask. They are Fass. They're normally made of wood, oak wood, oak tree, wood from an oak tree. I trust all of you know the word Fass. When
Yes.
yeah, if anyone here doesn't or is not clear about, please do let me know.
No, I don't know. Especially.
Yeah, then I can try to sort it out for you people. Yeah, Fass, and we've taken images. One second.
Sir,
Yeah,
flows. I think you asked fast or
yeah,
flows.
Fass. They're Fass.
Yeah, barrel. Sie haben es schon gesagt.
Yeah, also this is Fass.
Yeah.
When in doubt, go to Google and for Alam images, builder.
This is
And this is normally made of oak wood. Normally. Yeah.
सर ये क्या है?
इसके अंदर वाइन होता है. पीना है?
नहीं सर.
नहीं यार, पीना है तो I'll keep the pictures on for some time.
wine
Sir,
or beer, right? Beer.
Wine ages faster and better. Even beer is kept in barrels, yes. Wider, but wine ages better in such flasks.
सर इस वाइन को क्या कहते हैं?
Wine is wine. Although this is wine that is being stored. Gelagerter wine. Gelagerter wine that is being stored. And actually, this is part of the aging process. The older the wine, the better it tastes. So when you say alter wine, then you can be assured that it costs you twice as much as Neue wine. So when a wine matures with age, the price goes up. I saw a bottle of wine in Austria at a museum, or rather a big wine shop which had a separate section devoted to exclusive brands of wine. This particular bottle, 750 ml bottle, 30,000 euros. 30,000.00 euros. One bottle, 750 ml. There was also one cheaper bottle outside for 4 euros. Here.
सर फास्ट इज अ थिंग जहाँ पे वाइन स्टोर होती है, राइट?
हाँ, इसके अंदर.
ओके सर.
And in between, there is a small opening here. ढक्कन होता है, cork वगैरह होता है इसमें. They remove the cork, insert a small spoon or a ladle kind of thing inside. जिससे हम लोग अपना तेल और दूध नहीं निकालते हैं, दूध वाले, with a holder here and a long stick. प्याऊ पे पानी नहीं पिलाते इसको, पानी निकाल के.
यस सर.
Something similar. They have the small thing here. They insert this in, dip it in the wine, take it out, and then taste it. There are professional wine tasters who tell you whether the wine is perfect or not. It's a profession, and their tongues are insured.
इंडिया में भी है ये?
Wine tasting, लोग हंसेंगे, बेवड़ा बोलेंगे सब.
ओके.
Wine की यहाँ कोई कदर नहीं है. Only two big names that I know which make wine in India. One is near Nasik, Sula. The company is Sula Wines. They're good wines. The other one is near Bangalore, called Grover.
Grower.
Grover, G-R, Grover. Grover wines.
Yeah, I heard of it.
Yeah, this is now good. They're also good. Yeah. So, and there's, when I'm here, I saw something very interesting here, and which I can show you straight away. Sehr, sehr interessant. Und das kann man auch extra als Sprachgebrauch lernen. Come on, what's this denn mit dem Internet los? This one here is what I want. Got it. Oh, where is the picture? Yeah, got it. You know, there's a proverb in English, the straw that broke the camel's back. The last straw. Do you know this phrase? This idiom, this Wendung? The
Nice.
last straw?
Nine.
Yeah, ein kleinen Moment. Hello? Yes?
Yeah, wir können Sie hören.
Ja, bitte?
Yeah.
Also
I'm saying we can hear you.
Also der Stroh, we feel weak than straw. How much does a straw, सूखा जो घास जो होता है ना, क्या वेट होगी उसकी?
Yeah, nothing.
Some few milligrams.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if I put these straw, ये जो सूखी हुई घास है, if I put this on the back of a camel, as I keep increasing the number of straw halm which I have, all these things of the straw reeds that I have, at some stage this will become heavy for the back of the camel.
Yeah.
So when I put the last straw, even though it is only 1 milligram, the camel will not be able to bear it.
Mm-hmm.
So this will break the back. In other words, the camel will not be able to take the load. Possibly it will also sit down. So when you say the last straw, in Hindi that would be हर चीज की हद होती है, and ये हद पार कर लिया. So you've gone beyond the grens. You will take abuse to a certain extent. You will take something that you are being forced to bear or endure to that certain extent. After that, you will not be able to endure it or bear it anymore. And that in English is called the straw that broke the camel's back, the last straw. So this is a figurative sense, which tells you that you cannot endure it anymore, you cannot bear it anymore.
Like Dosh.
This is of English, Lakman. The straw that broke the camel's back. The last straw. What is the straw? The equivalent for that is here. Der Tropfen, der das Fass überlaufen lässt. That's why I took this proverb here, überlaufen. Remember I told you this is a separable verb? Überlaufen. When you're filling something into any container, it will take liquid up to a certain extent. So even if you add one more drop, that single drop will flow out and also take some more water drops with it.
So by saying this, it means that you have crossed the limit.
Yes.
Okay.
But this is a more figurative way of expressing it. Der Tropfen, der das Fass überlaufen lässt.
If I want to say something, like if I want to tell in German to somebody, so I can use this phrase, der Tropfen. Okay.
Yeah, this is der Tropfen, der das Fass überlaufen lässt. For example, you have a job, Aditi. Und du musst dann diesen Job aufgeben. Oder aufgeben müssen. Und ein guter Freund von dir fragt, also Aditi, warum hast du diesen Job aufgegeben? Das war wirklich gut. Also du hast gutes Gehalt bekommen und Urlaub und allerlei Möglichkeiten gab es hier, aber warum hast du diesen Job aufgegeben? And then you maybe say, okay, I'll tell you the truth. Yeah, job was good, pay was good, holidays were good. I was really liking the work that I had, but I had a very stupid colleague or I had a very bad boss or whatever. Till now, I was enduring whatever they did or said to me on a physical basis. They would come and touch me and do this thing to me and do that thing to me. And I said, okay, chal na do yaar. It's okay. I'll still go with it. But yesterday was too much. He did something that you did not expect that person to do. You can imagine what it could be. And there you say that das war der Tropfen, der das Fass überlaufen lässt. That was the last drop. I decided, छोड़ो अब नहीं करना मुझे यहाँ काम. Und man versteht das sofort. Ein Deutscher versteht das sofort. Ich weiß nicht, ob Anil has that very, I think, well in coffee. I have a coffee filter at home. Yeah, in which I put my coffee. This is my mother's filter. इसमें ऊपर पाउडर डालते हैं इधर, एंड इसके ऊपर एक थोड़ा फिल्टर आता है हैंडल के साथ, which keeps the entire powder pressed. And there's a handle here, coffee goes here, and there are holes in this. So I put the coffee powder, put this plunger on top, and then I pour water in this. The water goes through the holes in this also. There are holes in this. And through this, the water goes to the powder. And at the bottom, there are also small holes here. Yeah, so through this, the water comes down into this filter. Coffee decoction. So what I normally do is I fill up this filter to the top. And when I fill it to the top, it comes, the water is still here, till the top. And my glass or my container has a little bit of water left in it. And I think, yaar, garam hai to main dal deta hu isme. Let me pour it here and then later on I'll come and empty out the lower container. This is slightly bigger than this one. So water fills up. And then water, normally when you fill it up in a container, it will always rise above the container and come like this. I don't know whether you have noticed it. Water rises in the container above the surface of the container till this point.
Surface tension.
Surface tension, absolutely. Absolutely. This is like a thermometer, mercury thermometer. Yeah, oil goes like this, but water goes up. Now in this, I add one drop, just the last drop in that container that I boiled my water. One drop I add here. Das ist der letzte Tropfen. Zap, the whole thing comes out and my water level falls here. Der letzte Tropfen. This happens to me almost every 2 days. I'm still trying to break this rule of physics. So that is the last drop. So while this wine was flowing out of the barrel, because it was done coming out, he had to hold something under it to collect the wine. Hold under. So literal meaning aa gaya idhar. Hold under. Unterhalten. Als der Wein aus dem Fass floss, hat er schnell einen Krug untergehalten. Krug is a jug, literally. It means a jug. How do you say that? A container, basically. This is their Krug. And you also have beer Krug and all that. There are plenty of Sprichwörter with these also. That's a Krug. There's a Milchkrug here. And here Beer Krug. Yeah, this Krug is of stone. It is out of clay, made out of clay. This is a Beer Krug, Milchkrug, Wasserkrug. So it's a kind of a big container kind of thing, a big mug or a jug. It's Krug, der Krug. Und so hier hat schnell einen Krug untergehalten. Hold below. Let's try one more which would be easier. Yeah, ये ले लेते हैं. Unterlegen. Was ist legen?
To lie.
To lay. Lay. Unterliegen will be to lie. Unterlegen, to lay, रखना. Liegen will be रखे रहना. It's already there. Legen will be to place, to put in a flat manner. On unterlegen, below. To put below. To put under. Look at the first sentence here. Weil das Kind den Tisch noch nicht erreichen konnte, this is a familiar thing at many of our homes, hat ihm die Mutter ein Kissen. Kissen means cushion.
Untergehalten.
Untergelegen.
Untergelegt. Ja, untergelegt.
Yeah, untergelegen. Stress will be on the first syllable. Got it?
So, was heißt unterlegen dann? Hat ihm die Mutter einen Kussen untergelegt?
Place under. What is legen?
To place, you said.
To place, no?
Huh.
Legen will be, for example, let's take this. You have this etui, das etui. Etui hier, das etui bedeutet my spectacle case. So my spectacle case, will I legen it on the table or will I stellen it on the table?
Legen.
Legen.
Legen, because it can't stand on its own, right? So ich lege das etui. Because I have used legen and I use the preposition auf, it comes with accusative. Ich lege, I'm performing the action, legen. Ich lege das etui auf den Tisch. So legen bedeutet something that is being put flat. Stellen bedeutet something that is being put upright, straight. Once it is there on the table, this becomes liegen. Once something is in this position, it becomes stehen. It's already there. Got it? Okay, good. So when you say untergelegen, weil das Kind den Tisch noch nicht erreichen konnte, hat ihm die Mutter ein Kissen untergelegt. So उसके नीचे एक cushion डाल दिया, so that he can reach the table. Let's leave it there. Let's go to the next part. Let's go to the next part. Let's gain that confidence first. Unterstellen. Was is stellen?
To keep.
Keep.
Like this, huh? To keep like this, standing position mein. And unter.
To keep under.
Okay. Look at sentence number 9.
Ja, das ist verstanden. Alles es zu regnen anfing, haben wir uns in einer Schneue untergestellt.
Yeah. So what is Scheune?
It might be snee or something that they just let themselves under.
Scheune is actually the barn house. जिसके अंदर ये खेतों में all the things are stored. अनाज वगैरह जिसके अंदर रखते हैं ना, गोदाम टाइप. That's in a Scheune. It's like a godam. This is a Scheune. What you see here? Storehouse. Go down. Basically, what we call as go down. That's a Scheune. It's normally a farm. In a farm, you find many of these Scheune here. So we took shelter inside a barn. So we literally went and stood inside a barn, under the roof of a barn. Also zu regnen anfing, haben wir uns in einer Scheune untergestellt. So you can see that literal meaning is still working. Yeah, the literal meaning is still working. Agreed?
Yeah.
Now, okay, let's look at this verb unterziehen. Ziehen, to pull.
Unterziehen to pull
Under.
under.
Pull under क्या होता है? I'll just tell you. Just look at the meaning, the way it's been used. ये देखो.
Okay. It's like खींच लेना.
हाँ, कहाँ? कहाँ खींच रहे हैं?
Noch einen Pullover.
हाँ.
मीन्स एक और पुलोवर पहन लेंगे।
Untergezogen. Untergezogen.
Nee, ja, Survi, das ist richtig. एक और पुलोवर पहनना, also noch einen Pullover haben. Aber where? बाहर के अंदर?
Under.
हाँ.
तो
That means on top of this pullover, I wore my top or my coat or my shirt or something over. तो एक और स्वेटर अंदर पहना मैंने. That is unterziehen. Whereas when you look at this here, you would see in here, it's normally a jacket. A pullover ये लोग बाहर नहीं पहनते ना. European style है. इसके ऊपर एक जैकेट पहनते हैं वो लोग. So jacket is you would see, and jacket is never worn inside. जैकेट के ऊपर कुछ और नहीं पहना जाता. Don't wear anything else over a jacket. Jacket is the outermost garment, literally. So jacket will be überziehen, whereas a pullover can be worn inside. So unterziehen. So ich habe bei der großen Kälte noch einen Pullover untergezogen. Separate.
yeah, because here we are taking the literal meaning.
Absolutely. यहाँ पर भी तो लिया था ना? यहाँ पे.
हाँ. Yeah, yeah.
और यहाँ पे भी लिया ना?
Yeah.
And we also took it here. Glass नीचे पकड़ा.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's look at this one here. Untergraben. What's this untergraben? Do you know the word graben?
Nine. Might be
Nine.
too whole or two.
Kennt jemand die Bedeutung von graben? Wer anderen eine Grube gräbt, fällt selbst hinein.
Undermine.
Grave.
Ja, gut. So what is the verb then? Graben? Sehr gut. Aditi, well done.
Untergraben.
Now what is graben? This
Under-
one-
Undergrave. No.
Nee, I gave you the meaning here. Wer anderen eine Grube gräbt,
हाँ, I understand.
fällt selbst hinein.
तो मतलब गिर जाना, like to fall.
No. Grabbed, graben. The verb graben.
सर ग्राबन ऑफ हिंदी
हाँ,
Like
बोलो.
कब्र.
Nine, that is grab. But what is graben als verb?
Graveyard.
Nine. Graveyard is Friedhof. They are-
ग्रैब करना, पकड़ना.
Yeah. If I give you this word, this one here. What does it mean?
Of English, Vaishnav Taba of Hindi realized
What is grabbed?
खुद ही खड्डा करना उसमें खुद ही कूद जाना.
नहीं, इसको बोलो, ये वर्ब का मतलब बोलो मुझे. What's this grab? They are grab.
Grave.
Grave. Gadda. Yeah, it can also be grave. Then if it is grave, then it is das grab. If it is a khadda, it is they are graben. Yeah, so actually the correct should be graben here. Graben bedeutet khadda, hole. Hole or khadda. So where anderen einen Graben gräbt, fällt selbst hinein. Those who ditch for the others fall into that themselves. खुद गिरते हैं. So what is the verb here? Graben.
So to fall into the ditch.
That is fallen. Einen Graben, graben. खोदना, to dig. Those who dig a ditch for the others, those who dig a hole for the others, follow into it themselves. दूसरों के लिए जो गड्ढा खोदता है वो खुद गिरता है उसमें. Where anderen einen Graben gräbt, fällt selbst hinein. Das ist ein Sprichwort. It's a proverb in German. Also hier zurück zu unserem Sagen. Graben, to dig. Untergraben, literal meaning चाहिए मुझे please.
To dig under.
To dig under. तो ये अल्कोहल के साथ आएगा कि गार्डनर के साथ आएगा? माली.
Gardener.
Gardener के साथ आएगा. So let's solve this first. Then we'll look at the meaning. Der Gärtner hat auf den Frühbeeten Torfmull, separable or non-separable? Literal meaning.
Separable, sir.
Separable.
Non-separable. Separable.
So can you make the sentence please? Give me the meaning.
Untergegraben.
Untergegraben. It's a strong verb. Graben, grob, gegraben. Yeah, graben, grob, gegraben. Remember I had given you a list of these verbs? This comes under AUA. Fahren, fuhr, gefahren?
Yes, sir.
It's under that category. AUA. Fahren, fuhr, gefahren, graben, grob, gegraben. So der Gärtner hat auf den Frühbeeten Torfmüll, yeah, Torfmull, not Mull, sorry. Mull is garbage. Torfmull untergegraben. This is their Torfmull. Torfmull is nothing but your fertilizer. And this fertilizer is actually peat. Yeah, peat. Have you ever used this word or have come across this word?
Sir, what's this Torfmull?
Peat. Uh-huh. You've never come across this word. इसको मैं हिंदी में समझाऊं तो इसको हिंदी में भी peat ही बोलते हैं. Peat. Have you seen this word peat? Have you come across this word peat? Anybody here?
No, sir.
Oh,
This is a kind of coal.
yeah, Abhi.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
a
Abhi.
kind of coal, sir. Coal.
Shabash,
Coal,
Abhi.
sir.
Yeah, that is well said, well done. Obviously, you are a person of the farm. Can you tell us a little more about it, Peter? Give me a synonym, simple word for it.
Sir, this is a very low quality of coal.
Yeah. What is it normally used for? If you have worked on the farm, you will know. Also, torf, they are torf or the torf mull, they are torf mull is peat. Peat is nothing but what you get when you have some leftover burnt stuff which becomes very wet and mossy. And it is normally used as fertilizer. It's used as fertilizer.
Sir, like gobar? Huh?
It's like what exactly what Abhi has just told us. Very well done. Abhi, well done. It's dark colored and a mass of stuff. This is peat.
Ah, okay.
It's what you get, and from leftover stuff, some burnt over stuff, which you then compress and make it as peat. You have to convert this into peat. It's cutting the peat. It's that muddy thing left over. It's very healthy and used as a fertilizer. Yeah, it's full of moss and very wet, and sometimes it has earthworms. It's the earth basically. See what you cut here. All this is peat.
So
Peat
it's
is
always
peat is also what is formed deep underground from burnt out carbon and leftovers from old thing. Right here, peat moss that has got a lot of moss in it. As here, this is a fossil fuel, very very old fossil fuel. And like Abhi pointed out, coal. It's not truly coal because it cannot be burnt. If you dry it thoroughly, maybe yes, but it's a very, very low grade, low quality of coal. And it's still damp, still wet, it has got moss, it has got all these healthy nutrients in it, and it is used as a fertilizer. Yeah, because you have peat making and peat cutting also after that. Arey, yeah, why are we discussing agriculture here? Yeah, so funktioniert das. Coconut peat. See all this coir and coconut that is left over from coconuts? Or that left out area, coat, as here. There you are. Here you are. How to make cocoa peat? This is coconut husk. This you know. This is coconut, coir or fiber. These are the cocoa husk pieces. And that fine dust that you get from that coconut, that is cocoa peat. And this is a fertilizer. I know it because I bought it and I've used it in a small garden, kitchen garden that we have behind our house.
Okay.
And funnily enough, I went out into one of the villages on the outskirts of Hyderabad to buy this cocoa peat. The girl there was not very highly educated. She spoke a few words of English. Good morning, madam. Good morning, sir. What do you want, sir? That kind of English. But she knew the word cocoa peat. I was doubtful because I did not know the local word for cocoa peat. I did not know what it was called in Telugu. Und my Frau spricht kein Telugu. So both of us knew only the word cocoa peat. So we asked her very hesitatingly, cocoa peat. She immediately said, cocoa peat, yeah, I know cocoa peat. How many kilos do you want? Yeah, so this is that fine part that you have. And this can be made at home. If you have a coconut tree, we have, but we have never tried making it. Because it takes a bit of an effort.
what it is
Yeah, so
used for?
fertilizer.
Cocoa peat. No, sir, you bought it and what you have used it for?
Fertilizer.
Fertilizer. Okay.
Yep. But you have to dig up the ground and put it inside the earth. You can't spread it as a top layer. It doesn't work as a top layer. So you have to do a little bit of digging, put it in the soil and mix up the soil. And then when you water it, the cocoa peat goes into the soil, mixes with the soil. And that is what exactly this word Torfmull is. It's that kind of moss, because they don't have coconuts in Germany. They do, but not used as fertilizer. This is Torfmull. They are Torfmull. And the early sprouts that come out, whatever sprouts right in the beginning, few baten. This is the early saplings coming out of the ground. They need fertilizer to grow. So the farmers, what they do, they turn the soil, the topsoil, it's turned inside out, mixed with Torfmull, and then the soil is then mixed again. And once it is watered, it settles down. And this is excellent fertilizer for the roots of whatever has been or is growing there in the farm. So der Gärtner hat auf den Frühbeeten Torfmull untergegraben. So literally he dug and put underneath. So that literal meaning fits here also. Jetzt kommen wir zurück auf die andere Bedeutung. Und das ist nicht trennbar. So what does it mean here? Untergraben. Ich glaube, Anil hat die Bedeutungen schon.
To damage.
Yes. Der Alkohol hat seine Gesundheit völlig untergraben. So here this would mean literally, when you take it in Hindi or in the other words, it has eaten away his health from inside. It has eroded his health from inside. It has undermined his health. If you want the word unter to be there in the meaning, then you take the word undermine. Or the colloquial phrase to sap the energy, to sap his health. That is untergraben. This can also be with Autorität untergraben, to undermine somebody's authority, or Vertrauen untergraben, to undermine my trust, to eat away, to damage my trust. I don't trust him anymore. He didn't do what I wanted him to do. Then it can also be, for example, my belief on something, mein Glaube, meine Glaubwürdigkeit. So when you undermine, you have to decide on which noun you can use it with and then use it accordingly. Untergraben. Unterhalten. Wir haben uns über unseren Sommerurlaub unterhalten. Das ist schon fertig. Okay. Also in dem, this we didn't do. Now let's see what this means here. And for this, I'll take the literal meaning first. Let's take this one. Der Tisch steht nicht fest. Der Tisch steht nicht fest. Du musst ein Stück Pappe what is schieben? Schieben, schob, geschoben.
To withdraw.
To push. Schieben is to push. Verschieben, to push ahead, postpone. Vorschieben, to push towards.
So what is verschieben?
Yeah, to postpone. To postpone something. Also das müssen wir, diese Party müssen wir dann verschieben. Auf ein anderes Datum verschieben. to postpone. Prepone would be vorschieben.
Okay.
So here to push. Now look at this sentence here. Push under. Der Tisch steht nicht fest. Also der Tisch ist nicht fest, sondern der Tisch wackelt. Wackel,
Shake.
yeah, to shake like this. So du musst ein Stück Pappe, cardboard,
Okay.
Untergeschieben.
sehr gut, untergeschoben. Du musst, nein, hier
Geschoben.
unterschieben. Unterschieben, ne? Hey, ये नहीं आएगा.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, the stress will be on the first syllable. Du musst ein Stück Pappe unterschieben. So the sentence tells us, this is from a German book. The sentence tells us such tables are there even in Germany, not only in India.
Unterschieben.
Yeah, unterschieben. Unterschieben, because it's separable. Put the betonung on the first syllable, please. Okay. What is the first sentence here? In dem Film ist dem bekannten Volkslied. Was bedeutet das hier?
Welche ist das, sir?
Nummer 5.
Number 5.
Ja, Nummer 5, ja. Wo ist das? Ja.
Volkslied is folk song.
Ja.
Folk song. Yeah.
Unterschoben, geschrieben.
Is it trennbar oder nicht trennbar?
Nicht trennbar.
Nicht trennbar. So what does it mean here? Nicht trennbar.
It has given a new meaning. No.
Correct. Absolutely. To assign something. A new, see, there has been a bekannten Volkslied. In dem Film ist dem bekannten Volkslied ein neuer Text unterschoben. I think the best example to give you here would be what happens or what is called creative writing in film songs. I'm being very cynical here. Music directors here, the one who win big awards and call themselves big music directors, what do? They take songs from our folklore, from our villages. That particular song, they write with new words, new lyrics are written in the song, and that song is passed off in the film as an original. Also, sie haben dem Lied ein neuer Text unterschoben. Und davon wissen wir als Hörer nicht. So what does this word unterschoben mean?
To given out a new meaning to.
Yeah, but can you give me a better word, maybe? A new text has been, huh?
Improvise. No.
That is still positive here, Aditi. When you improvise, it's still positive. What they have done is they've taken a new text and put it on the old one. So this new text has been foisted upon the old one. It has been literally forced upon the old one. That is the word here, unterschieben.
So that's a negative word. Unterschieben is
It's
a negative word.
Yeah, it's negative here.
Okay.
Yeah, to foist upon. That's one of the meanings. Unterschieben has other meanings depending on the context. So be careful here. In this sense, it has been foisted upon. Okay? So let's look at unterlegen, because some of these verbs, they are tricky. They have to go by the context. Please be careful. Huh? Immer. Immer die Verben im Kontext lernen. I can't give you the complete list, and the point is lost. So, unterlegen. Was ist das unterlegen? Anil, hast du das hier?
Yeah. Sir, sixth one is Unterschreiben. And what is Untergeschrieben or
Untergeschoben.
Untergeschoben? Okay.
Das ist 10 bar. 10 bar here, Anil.
Yeah.
Literal meaning to push under.
Yeah.
You can't push a new text under a folk song, but you can push a piece of paper under a table. Yeah, a piece of paper can be put under the leg of a table to be pushed under. So literal meaning means separable.
Separable. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
What is that here? What is this here? Unterlegen.
Ich habe den Satz verstanden. He has taken my Bemerkungen is like
Remarks.
my point outs or my remarks, my criticism or my critical remarks. He has taken out in a good way. Eigennutzen is he has used.
For his own motives.
Yeah. Okay. He has used my critical observation for his own motives.
So what does it mean here? What does it mean here? Come on, people.
Sorry?
Come on. Bolo.
Selfish? No.
Eigennutzen is shellfish.
Genommen, taken.
Yeah, well done. My critical remarks, he has now taken over literally to his own personal selfish motives.
Okay.
Yeah, in other words, here it means taken for, that means he's exploited here. He has exploited them, isn't it? He's put them for his own motives. He's taken
has to take over.
Actually, in this case, it also means to steal. My critical remarks he has used for his own personal motives, his own selfish motives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
for his own.
Yeah. Okay.
You pass a remark, you make something, you crack a joke, something which is nice, and somebody else does the same thing without giving credit to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
For their own motives, because then they can move ahead of you. So that will be here, nicht tenbar unterlegen. Okay, let's do 2 more. And then we are done with this exercise. I think we should start something else. I need an Abwechslung. I'm sure you do too. Unterstellen. Unterstellen. We are coming here zu Ende, dann machen wir was anderes. Unterstellen. Der Abteilungsleiter ist dem Minister unmittelbar
unterstellt.
Unterstellt. थोड़ा ड्रामेटाइज करके पढ़ो ना प्लीज. Stress the second syllable. Unterstellt. Because I wanted to sit in our heads. Der Abteilungsleiter ist der Minister unmittelbar unterstellt. What does it mean? The department head is
taken the new role.
Is underplaced to the minister directly.
Sir, Abteilung is department, Leiter is something who lead.
Head. Departmental head is directly underplaced to the minister. What is this underplaced?
Unterstelle.
Means
What is the meaning here? The correct meaning. Subordinated. He's put just below that. He's subordinated. Just in the ranks, he comes just after the minister.
it's not assuming the role.
No, he can't assume the role. He is subordinate. Unter.
Okay,
Below.
unter. Yeah.
So, what is unmittelbar?
Directly. There's nobody else between him. The deputy minister also doesn't come above him. It's directly the minister.
It's like converted into.
No. Subordinated, placed there, just under the minister.
Okay.
That means the department head reports directly to the minister. No, nobody else. The Abteilungsleiter is the minister unmittelbar unterstellt, is directly subordinate to the minister, is responsible only to the minister and nobody else. No one else can question him on what he has done or what he wants to do. That is unterstellt.
Okay.
To subordinate somebody, to assign somebody that one below. Like there's always, es gibt eine Hierarchie in der Firma. CEO, COO, and all this hierarchy is then manager, chief manager, deputy manager, assistant manager. You have this hierarchy, right?
Ja, eine Reihenfolge.
Eine Reihenfolge, eine Ranking.
Hierarchy.
Yeah, also Hierarchie, auf Deutsch Hierarchie, IE, and in English, hierarchy. So there's a Reihenfolge. So the Reihenfolge means each one is responsible or answerable to the immediate superior. So here I want to say that this guy is, the in-between people are missing. He is inferior only or subordinate directly to the minister, up here. Das ist dann unterstellen. Und dann unterziehen, this I'm sure you will understand the meaning. Ja, was ist denn unterziehen? Der Patient ist in der Intensivstation einer genauen Beobachtung
Untergezogen.
Ist das trennbar oder nicht trennbar?
Trennbar.
If that is trennbar, then what was this? Pullover.
Ich habe den Satz nicht verstanden.
Yes, undergone.
Ein Moment, Aditi. Nummer 12, war das trennbar oder nicht trennbar?
Trennbar, Sir.
Das ist trennbar, right? Ich habe bei der großen Kälte noch einen Pullover untergezogen.
Untergezogen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you wore a pullover inside, literal meaning pull and under your clothes. I don't know why it's called a pullover when you have to pull it under your clothes. It should be pull under, not pull over. Anyway, English is a funny language. So here naturally this will be nicht trennbar. So der Patient ist in der Intensivstation einer genauen Beobachtung unterzogen worden. Also was ist dann Intensivstation und Patient? Put these two together. Patient,
To take into consideration. Unterziehen. No.
No, wait. Patient und Intensivstation.
The patient is in the intensive care.
Okay, Beobachtung.
Observation.
Observation.
What is the verb that goes with observation and ICU?
Observate. To observate.
To observe, observate नहीं होता.
To take care, no, to be taken care.
I'm so happy that while learning German, your English is going bad. That makes me very happy.
Confusing.
Solange ihr Deutsch verbessert, macht mir sehr viel Freude. I'll be very happy your German improves and your English goes on the decline. You undergo and you're under observation, correct? You undergo tests and you're under observation.
Yeah.
You're put under observation.
Mm-hmm.
That is the meaning here. Not separable.
To put under observation.
Yes.
Means put under observation. Put under.
Yeah. So that is when he's in the ICU, he's been put under the observation. Exactly, no? Where Bhaktan is to observe.
Correct. So that's like exactly with Prince Philip in the UK, Queen Elizabeth II's husband. He has been admitted to hospital. Also, übergeführt in die Klinik und ist im Moment unter in der Intensivstation einer genauen Beobachtung wurde unterzogen and is under careful or precise observation right now. This was the news yesterday.
Okay.
Simple.
Yeah, klar.
There you are. That is the word I wanted to hear. What a nice word to hear. Okay, people. There are plenty more exercises like I told you about this. I think somewhere we have to draw a line. Und wir machen auch was anderes. So, vielleicht beginnen wir morgen mit diesem Text hier. Wir müssen dann auch einige Textverständnisübungen machen, einen Text lesen und versuchen, den Text zusammenzufassen. We'll try to summarize the text ourselves rather than go by the sentences which the authors want us to do. We'll do it in our own way so that our spoken thing improves.
Sir, ich habe dieses Trennbar, nicht trennbar, okay, ich habe das verstanden. Aber ist das ein Muss oder ist das obligatorisch in der mündlichen Prüfung dieser Wörter zu?
Aditi, das kann man nicht getrennt prüfen. I cannot ask you in the Viva exam, if you were to come to me in a Viva exam, I will not ask you which verb is trennbar, which verb is not trennbar.
Yeah, that I understand.
Yeah,
But
so
as you say, no, that this is C1, a very high level. So one is expected to say all these.
To use the language in a colloquial sense in English and in Mark Twain's language, these done verbs are part of German language, and as Mark Twain, the American humorist says, German is blistered with these verbs. Totally and thoroughly blistered with them. And he calls them a big pain. Have you read that essay by Mark Twain? नहीं पढ़ा होगा अभी आशुदास
Nine, sir.
Anil, du auch nicht?
Nein.
Also Leute, ihr müsst das lesen und genießen. You have to enjoy these things.
Schrecklich.
Die schreckliche deutsche Sprache. This is a beautiful essay on German by Mark Twain. You heard of Mark Twain, I hope?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a beautiful story. The awful German language. I think, let's see, it's here. If you have not read and enjoyed this, you'll appreciate German that much more. What is this one? Ich weiß nicht, welcher PDF. Oh, das ist da. Das funktioniert.
Dieser Autor hat das in der deutschen Sprache geschrieben.
Ja.
Das ist so Witz. I mean,
Witzig, ja.
Das ist so komisch, oder wie?
Er hat das auf Deutsch geschrieben.
Okay.
So look at this, the schreckliche deutsche Sprache. And he says he goes to the museum here, Heidelberger Schloss, and he meets up with the museum keeper. And he wants, the museum keeper says your language is unique. Very unique, the way you speak German. He could not speak good German. So part of it has been corrected later. So he says, if the keeper had known how much it cost me to get my, acquire my language, I would never ever give it to him. Yeah, I'll give you the English version also. I'm sure it is, yeah, it's there, very much there. So see if you can download this. Awful German language. It's what a humorous thing. Yeah. Is this of Deutsch? Yeah. So I went often to look at the collection of curiosities in Heidelberg Castle, and one day I surprised the keeper of it with my German. I spoke entirely in that language. He was greatly interested, and after I talked a while, he said my German was very rare, possibly a unique, and he wanted to add it to his museum. If he had known what it had cost me to acquire my art, he would have also known that it would break any collector to buy it. Harris and I had been hard at work on our German during several weeks at the time, and though we had made good progress, it had been accomplished under great difficulty and annoyance, for 3 of our teachers had died in the meantime. A person who has not studied German can form no idea what a perplexing language it is. And so geht es weiter, full of examples and beautiful humorous examples. So for example, so my book inquires after a certain bird. Where is the bird? Now the answer, according to the book, the bird is waiting in the blacksmith shop on account of the rain. So you have to say, okay, so I have to start with at the wrong end, necessarily it's like a Regen is masculine, maybe feminine, possibly neuter. There was either their Regen, the Regen, or das Regen. So I'll have to see what it, let me assume it is their Regen. So I say Regen, then Regen, des Regens, and so on. And he's analyzing the whole thing, what happens. And he says, whenever you put a verb and use in German, especially Nebensätze, put in things like haben, sind, gewesen, gehaben, gehabt, geworden sein. And your German will look very nice when you have a string of verbs there. Oh, it's hilarious, hilarious. And he talks here, adjective declension. Meine guten Freunde, meiner guten Freunde, meinen guten Freunden, meine guten Freunde. English is all the same. He says, why do I need this in German? And at the end, ganz am Ende, he forms this word formations. This is German. And this true sentence, these words are true, by the way. And he says, when you write such words in a newspaper, these words march across the page and they look very, very impressive. Generalstaatsverordnetenversammlungen, Unabhängigkeitserklärungen, Waffenstillstandsunterhandlungen. And these are single words. And at the end of this essay, that is the fun part, and we'll close with that. Yeah, this one. My philological studies have satisfied me that a gifted person ought to learn English, barring spelling and pronouncing, in 30 hours. French in 30 days, and German in 30 years. Please download this, read it, and enjoy it. Because you know German, what is being criticized, you will enjoy even better. Because an A1 student doesn't know all these things, so he will not be able to enjoy the essay. See his suggestions for German. In the first place, I would leave out the dative case. It confuses the plurals, and besides, no one ever knows when he's in the dative case, except he discovers it by accident. And then he does not know when or where it was and how he got into it and how long he has been in it or how he's going to get out of it again. The dative case is better to discard. Oh, it's a hilarious exercise, a hilarious text. Ja, die schreckliche deutsche Sprache heißt das. Oder the awful German language in English. Do read this. It's something you have to enjoy. Yeah? So we'll ignore this for the moment. We'll keep this on a back burner. Also Abwechslung gehen wir weiter zu dem Text eigentlich. Und wir sehen mal, was hier in dem Text eigentlich geht. Also worum geht es hier? Und wir machen einige Übungen hier, also Sprechübungen. Vielleicht gibt es hier auch neue Wörter, neue Wendungen, Sprichwörter. We'll concentrate on that and then we'll come back to the trennbar, nicht trennbare Verben. Sometime maybe on Monday.
Yeah.
Too much of everything is bad. Yeah, Abhi? Yeah, I couldn't get that.
Sir, wir treffen uns Montag, richtig?
Nee, wir treffen uns morgen.
Morgen?
Ja. Am Wednesday-Tag, oder?
Nein, ich habe nicht richtig gehört. Tut mir leid.
Ja, morgen ist Freitag, wir treffen uns morgen. But tomorrow we won't do this untrennbare Verben. Even if you have solved the exercise, I will not touch it tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
You are free to go ahead and solve it on your own. But let us take a break. Even our minds need a rest. So we take a break hier im Unterricht von den trennbaren oder nicht trennbaren. Wir trennen uns von diesen Verben. We will be separate from these verbs now. Take a break.
Ja.
Dann kommen wir wieder zusammen mit diesen Verben am Montag. Dann machen wir ein paar Verben und dann wir gehen noch weiter. Let's move between topics. As we gain more language, more knowledge, we will become more confident because we are also lacking in vocabulary to help us understand these verbs better. Das haben wir hier gesehen, stimmt? You've checked it here. See, our vocabulary is here. This is missing. This is missing. This is missing. This is missing. So second half, we are not able to make out what it is. Graben, for example. Ziehen, we are not sure. Dringen, kreuzen. So if we learn more, read more, come up with more text and more knowledge, dann haben wir eine bessere Ahnung, eine sehr gute Ahnung, zwar noch besser, worum es geht in diesem Verb, und dann verstehen wir die Bedeutungen besser. Also ich würde vorschlagen, morgen machen wir weiter mit dem Text und dann vielleicht auch mit dem Arbeitsbuch hier, den Text hier und vielleicht ein paar Übungen zu Intensivtrainer. Look at this phrases here. How do we put them here and what goes where? We have to learn how to build sentences using such phrases also, right? So we'll take up different kinds of exercises. Let's improve our vocabulary, and this is also a fun exercise. At least you don't have to learn grammar, you have to search for words. Can you see any of them here?
No.
Any conjunction do you see here? Anybody?
Gegen.
Huh? It's not gegen, it's dagegen.
Okay.
It's demnach. Infolgedessen. Yeah, straight away, I can say plenty more. Don't go only in one direction. Huh?
Mit dative.
Yeah, now there's some more. Also here. Stattdessen.
Stattdessen. Okay.
There's much more. Yeah, folglich. Yeah, folglich. Right? So look for them. They're, oh, I got all of them. Yeah, I see the whole lot. There's also a dem gegen here.
Demnach auch.
Ja, demnach auch. Genau. Gut, sehr gut. So look for these, and it's not mit, it's zomit actually, huh? This one you're talking about?
No, demnach. It's on 5th.
Here.
Top.
Also, ja. Also hier.
Yeah.
Also, ich bin hier bei dieser Zeile. Das ist somit. Nicht mit, somit.
Yeah.
So let's do exercises like that. Also, it'll relax our minds. Das ist eine Abwechslung eigentlich. And also Wiederholung zu unseren Konnektoren. What we have done earlier, demnach, folglich, es sei dann. And what comes where we choose between this or this. Is it folglich oder sonst? Folglich oder sonst? Folglich oder sonst? And then Konnektoren, how do you put them here? We found these out here. 5 plus 5 10. Also 10 Konnektoren sollten wir hier irgendwie die richtige einsetzen oder ergänzen. What do these nouns mean? Where can we put them in? So this is basically word exercise, vocabulary exercise. Wortsatzarbeit, keine Grammatik. Otherwise, we'll be stuck only on one topic. And at some stage, it will get boring. Yeah. It won't get boring for me, it will get boring for you. So let's keep changing. So don't think I'm trying to push it to one side, I'm not. Ja, Abi, du hast eine Frage, du wolltest was sagen, ich sehe deine Hand. Du hast deine Hand hier aufgehoben. Warum? Abi? Ist er nicht da?
No, sir. Keine Frage, sir.
Aber warum steht dann das Symbol hier? Auf meinem Bildschirm?
Oh mein Gott.
Mistake.